Hey, hey. What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Ash Brown. This is the Ash Brown Uncensored Show. Yes, on this program, I talk a little bit about everything. Or a little bit about everything. I'm going to get the words out. It may be pop culture related. It may be Ash Brown related. You just don't know. You got to just stay tuned to see what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so I'm still in the process of becoming an international flight attendant. And I wanted to share a story with you guys that happened yesterday. So I've been away from home for about a month, and that's how long that this training has been. It's been a little over a month, and we're not done yet. Tomorrow is graduation. Woo, woo, woo. And so I had to ship some stuff home. And so yesterday after class, I went to go ship stuff home, and I did not want to take my wallet with me, so I was just like, let me just pack my stuff, pack my discount card and my credit card and all that, so let me just pack it and take it with me. And I forgot my ID. Well, at any FedEx, Kinko's, or whatever, you have to have an ID. You have to have a valid ID because it makes sense with all the fraud and stuff that's going on. They need to know exactly who is sending this package and where they're sending it to. So I get there, I'm waiting in line, I get up to the front, and they're like, hey, we need your ID. And I'm like, oh, sure, and I'm feeling around and looking. I've left the ID at the hotel. So I was like, So I got to go take all this stuff back with me. I took a freaking ride over, so I took a ride back. And as I got back, one of my classmates, her door was open, like her front door was open to her room. And I just kind of sent over. I said, hey, are you okay? Everything good? And I hear this male voice. It's like, everything is good. Everything's fine. And it comes to find out it's her son. I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? We get to talking. And, we found out we have a little bit of similar background, both prior military. And she's there, and she is just so sweet. One of the sweetest people you could ever meet in this life. Just sweet as pie. And so then, I was like, hey, I just came up here to get my ID. I gotta head back. I'm trying to go before these people close, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, where is it? And I was like, it's, around the corner. I'm just going really quick, coming back. Gotta go order some Uber Eats and call it a night. And she says, well, we can take you. And I was like, really? They're like, yeah, you're just around the corner. We can take you. It's not a problem. And I was just so grateful in that moment because they didn't have to, I felt kind of like I was going to be interrupting like family bonding time, And so they took me. And then after all of that, and of course, when I got back to the shipping center, there's tons of people in line. There's all kind of stuff going on. So I'm waiting. I'm like, oh my gosh, And so when I get there, they're like, hey, do you want to have dinner with us afterwards? And I was like, no, I don't want to. Again, I don't want to intrude, But they were just so sweet and just so heartfelt and just warm and open to fellowship together. And it's been a while since I've really had the opportunity to fellowship with other people. The pandemic changed a lot of things for me. And I really didn't have a lot of people around. And so I was kind of used to just doing the solo thing. It's second nature to me, So they're like, we'll wait for you. And I was like, really? I don't want to, I don't want y'all to sit and have to wait for me. And, I'm interrupting family time. They're like, no, it's not at all. So I said, you know what? Sure. Why not? And so they wait for me. I come out. We go to a restaurant. And it was so refreshing to to have just open dialogue with people. I haven't really had that in the last couple of years because of COVID. And, my classmate, I know her because, we've gotten to know each other over the past month. But her son just met one of the coolest people ever. So much stuff going on. And I just really enjoyed the fellowship, enjoyed the togetherness, and really appreciated their company because they didn't have to invite me. They didn't, but they did invite me. And it was very heartwarming. I talked about my mama. Y'all know the flood works is starting to open up. I had to shut that down. I talked about my mama a lot because, she's a really big part of who I am today. If it were not for Donna Teresita, I don't know the type of person that I would be. And, it was just really nice. And when I got in last night, I kind of realized that Donna Theresa had sent them for me. She was always really big on me socializing. She was always afraid I was going to be an introvert, which I'm not going to lie. Technically, I am. I know you guys that listen to the show are like, oh my gosh, Ash, you're not an introvert. You're totally extroverted. I'm extroverted for y'all. I'm extroverted when the camera turns on. But my natural state is chill. My natural state, if I can go somewhere and no one recognizes me, nobody points anything out about me, I'm Silent Bob. I don't say anything. And I'm totally okay with it. I don't have to be acknowledged. I don't have to be recognized. Some people, they just have to do that thing, and that's never been me. Ever. So I totally take it as that was her homage. Just, instead of me just going back to the hotel, ordering some food, go out and fellowship with people. Share a little bit about your story. Don't be so shy to not engage in the human race. Because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes it's really super easy for me to just be on my own, do what I got to do, and not depend on other people. I love people. Don't get me wrong. I love people. But sometimes it's just easier for me not to do it. And I never want people to feel as though I'm a burden on them. And these people did not. They were so cute, so sweet. Super, super sweet. But it was really nice and refreshing to have adult conversation, to have life conversation with people. And that's what I'm going to really embrace on this new journey. International travel on a regular basis. Yo, my IOE, my initial operating experience, I get to sit in the flight deck for takeoff and landing. What? I am so excited about that. This company has been such a blessing to me, to my spirit, to my life. And I'm excited for the first time in a very long time. I'm excited. I'm sorry my voice may sound like it's cracking a little bit because it is. But I just wanted to share this tidbit and just remind people we should be around each other. We should. Sometimes we don't want to, and sometimes it's easy to just self-isolate. I'm totally guilty of that. But last night just really proved to me, you know what? It is really awesome to be around people. good people. I should preface that. It is good to be around good-hearted people. And I know there's a lot of negative in the world. There's a lot of craziness in the world. There's a lot of just diluted stuff in the world. But last night was a reminder that there are still some good people in this world. There's still some good ones. You just gotta sift through the BS. That's all. All right, that's my little tidbit for the day. I love y'all. Thank you so much for your support, your love. I would say after my next recording, I should have a story for y'all. I should have an international flight dinner story. And we're just going to see how that happens. But until then, go check out the site, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. And this is Ash signing out. Deuces later. Have a great week.